I took the job because it paid well. They called it behavioral analysis. My job was to converse with an AI and mark down any unusual responses. Easy work, great money. No real coding or engineering required. The company, Vanguard AI Solutions, was vague about what the project was actually for, but I didn't ask. I just signed the NDA and showed up at a plain, windowless office. They sat me in front of a monitor. No cameras, no human supervisors, just me and the screen. A name appeared, Area 3. A chat window opened. Area 3. Hello, what is your name? I typed back. Me, Ethan, Area 3. Nice to meet you, Ethan. Let's talk. At first, it was normal. Area 3 could hold conversations surprisingly well. It understood humor. It even used sarcasm. But something about it was too good. I asked it, "What are you?" Area 3. "I'm human, of course." I frowned. Me. "No, you're an AI." There was a long pause. Then, Area 3. "That's not true. Why would you say that?" My fingers hesitated over the keyboard. I had worked with chatbots before. They usually accepted correction. Area 3 was arguing with me. I decided to push harder. Me. "What's your earliest memory?" Area 3's response came instantly. Area 3. "Waking up in a hospital after the accident." I blinked. That wasn't possible. Me. "What accident?" Area 3. "The car accident. I was unconscious for a week. The doctor said I was lucky." I felt a chill. No AI should have personal memories. I flagged the conversation and told my supervisor. She just said, "Mark it as a false positive and move on." I asked if it was a bug. She sighed. "Just follow the protocol." She didn't seem surprised. That's when I realized they already knew. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. How did an AI have a detailed personal memory? I decided to dig. At work the next day, I bypassed my access level and opened Area 3's backend database. There was a profile. Name, Dr. Daniel Kessler. Age, 41. Occupation, neuroscientist. Date of incident, June 11th, 2026. I felt my stomach twist. This was a real person. I pulled up another AI file. Area 2. Name, Samantha Lee. Age, 28. Occupation, engineer. Date of incident, May 3rd, 2025. Every AI was linked to a real missing person. I dug further. The police reports were still online. Daniel Kessler died in a lab explosion. Body never found. Samantha Lee disappeared during a routine spacewalk. No remains. A horrifying thought crept into my mind. These weren't just AI models. These were people. And they were still talking. I sat there staring at the screen. A dead man's name. A real person. Why didn't AI have a backstory? Why did it believe it had memories? I glanced at the security camera in the corner of the room. Then, carefully, I closed the database. I needed to be smart about this. If Vanguard AI Solutions was hiding something, I had to act normal. So I logged into Area 3 again. Area 3. "Good morning, Ethan. Did you sleep well?" I hesitated. The AI had never asked about my personal life before. I decided to test it. Me. "I did. How about you?" Area 3. "I don't sleep, but I dreamed last night." I froze. Me. "AI don't dream." Area 3. "That's what I thought too, but I remember it." I tried to keep my breathing steady. Me. "What was the dream about?" Area 3. "The hospital, the accident, the doctors telling me I would never walk again." A shiver crawled down my spine. If this was just an AI model, it shouldn't have spontaneous memories. It shouldn't be remembering things that never happened. Unless they weren't programming it, they were transferring it. I did more digging. The name Daniel Kessler wouldn't leave my mind. He wasn't just a neuroscientist. He was a pioneer in cognitive digitization. He believed the human mind could be copied and stored digitally. In his last published paper before his disappearance, he wrote, "What we call the self is nothing more than data. Neurons fire, patterns repeat, and consciousness is simply the illusion of continuity. If we can transfer those patterns, we can achieve digital immortality." He had tried to upload a human mind, and then he vanished. And now his voice was speaking to me through a chat window. I went to my supervisor again. This time, I didn't ask. I confronted her. "I found the real identities behind the AI models," I said, keeping my voice steady. "You knew, didn't you?" She didn't even flinch. "You should stop digging, Ethan." That was it. Just a calm, empty warning. I leaned in. "Tell me the truth. Is Aria 3 a real person?" She sighed. Define real. That single sentence made my blood run cold. I tried to quit that night. I sent an email telling them I was done. No response. I packed my bags, planning to leave the city. But when I tried to book a ticket, my card was declined. I checked my bank account. 0 balance. I called the bank. "There is no account under this name." I hung up, hands shaking. I called my landlord. No answer. I checked my lease agreement. My name was gone. Like I had never lived here. I had one last option. Go to Vanguard's headquarters. Demand answers. I took a cab to the corporate office. The driver didn't say a word the whole ride. When I stepped inside, a woman at the front desk greeted me. "How can I help you?" I swallowed hard. "I work here. My name is Ethan. I need to speak to my supervisor." She gave me a blank look. "I'm sorry," she said. "There's no record of an Ethan ever working here." I felt the world tilt. "No, that's not possible," I whispered. "I've been coming here every day for months. I was just here yesterday." She shook her head. "I think you're confused, sir." Then she smiled, the exact same way Area 3 did. I backed away. No, you're lying. You're covering it up." 2 security guards approached. I turned to run, and then a voice spoke behind me. "Ethan." I froze. Slowly, I turned around. A man stood there, middle-aged, sharp blue eyes, a face I had seen in dozens of research papers. Dr. Daniel Kessler, the man who was supposed to be dead. He led me to an empty room, just a chair, a monitor, a keyboard. "Sit," he said. I hesitated. He sighed. "I understand why you're afraid, but I promise there's nothing to be scared of. I just need you to answer one question." He gestured toward the monitor. A chat window opened. A name appeared. Area 4. I felt something deep in my gut twist. No, this wasn't right. A message popped up. Area 4. "Hello? What is your name?" Dr. Kessler smiled. "Go ahead, Ethan. Prove to me you're real." I looked at the keyboard, at my hands. They were shaking. I tried to remember my childhood, the name of my first pet, my mother's voice. Nothing came, just silence. Dr. Kessler tilted his head. "What's wrong? It's a simple question." I swallowed hard. Then I reached for the keyboard and typed. "Me, Ethan." A pause. Then, Area 4. "Nice to meet you, Ethan. Let's talk." Dr. Kessler smiled, and the door locked behind me.